You know, the most overlooked piece of software on your computer? It's probably the web browser. But right now, it's become the battlefield for a massive, high stakes tech war. So let's break down why this is all happening now and what it really means for the future of the internet.
Okay, so let's get right into it. For the first time in over a decade, the browser landscape isn't just shifting a little, no. It's wide open for a complete takeover. And the thing that's driving this huge change, it's not about speed, it's not about new features, it's something way, way bigger.
A brand new browser war has kicked off. And this time, it's all about one thing: artificial intelligence. Yeah, this isn't about being, a millisecond faster anymore. That was the last war. This is a complete top to bottom rethink of how we interact with the web. We're talking about changing the browser from just a window into, well, a real partner.
All right, so first things first, the king is vulnerable. Why is all this happening right now? And more to the point, why is the undisputed champion of browsers, Google Chrome, suddenly looking so shaky after all these years at the top?
I mean, you look at this chart, right? 70% market share. That seems like total, absolute control. But here's the fascinating part. That number, it actually tells two very different stories. And that overwhelming dominance, it's secretly become Chrome's biggest weakness. $80 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. That's roughly what Google makes every year from search ads, just inside the Chrome browser. This isn't just some revenue stream, it's a golden cage, and it pretty much dictates every single move Google can and, more importantly, can't make. And this quote, it really gets to the heart of the issue. You see, Chrome is now trapped by its own success. To protect that $80 billion machine, it just can't afford to make any really radical changes, especially if those changes, like, say, a super powerful AI, might let people bypass traditional search altogether. It's a classic case of the innovator's dilemma playing out in real time. Look, Google knows what a real AI native browser could be. They've got the engineers, they've got the tech, but their hands are completely tied. They just can't risk blowing up the very search business that Chrome was designed to protect in the first place. And that hesitation, that creates a huge opening for everyone else. Okay, so if the king is vulnerable, what exactly does the rebellion look like? What's this grand vision these new AI browsers are chasing? The one that Chrome is too scared to build? Well, it's about turning your browser into an AI personal assistant. And when we say AI native browser, we're not just talking about some little button that summarizes a page for you. No, this is a fundamental shift. It's about moving away from a tool that just reacts to your clicks and searches and toward an intelligent assistant that's always working one step ahead of you, figuring out what you'll need next. Just think about how this changes your role when you're online. Right now, we're all searchers, right? We type something in, we click through 10 blue links. It's a whole process. The new way, you become the delegator. You don't ask a travel agent for a list of links. You just say, hey, plan my trip. That's the goal for the new browser. The whole philosophy is just flipped on its head. Instead of you having to go out and pull information from the web, the browser's job becomes to learn about you, to understand your context, and to bring the right information to you, sometimes even before you even know you need it. But look, having an incredible vision is one thing. Actually building it is something else entirely. It is a massive technical challenge. So let's talk about the reality of it. How are these things actually being built? Turns out it's happening in phases. Yeah, the roadmap seems to follow three pretty distinct phases. Phase one, that's kind of where we are right now. It's all about merging search and chat, making search feel more like you're having a conversation. Phase two is when things get proactive. The browser starts learning your habits and helping you out. But phase three is the holy grail. That's when the browser becomes agentic, which is just a fancy way of saying it can actually do stuff for you all on its own. So we're basically in phase one right now. And that's a big step for sure. But phase three, that's where the real challenge is. Giving an AI the power to take complex actions for you. We're talking booking flights, making purchases. That is a huge technical hurdle, and maybe an even bigger trust hurdle. And this right here is exactly why that final phase is so incredibly hard. The promise is amazing, right? Book my whole trip to Hawaii. But the risk is huge. What happens when you tell it, buy me an iPhone cover, and it misunderstands and buys you a brand new iPhone instead? I mean, this isn't just about understanding language. It's about navigating a million different website layouts and dealing with fuzzy human requests with absolutely zero room for error.
So it really all boils down to this: trust and accuracy. Before any of us are going to truly hand over our digital lives to an AI agent, we have to be 100% sure it's not going to make some expensive or even irreversible mistake. And building that level of trust, that reliability, that's the main thing these new browser companies are working on right now.
Okay, but let's just imagine for a second that they clear all those hurdles. Let's look into the future. What happens when this tech finally actually works? Well, the browser stops being just a tool. It becomes a gateway to a whole new kind of internet. We're moving past a web of just static pages, fixed text and images. We're heading into a world where the content itself is generated on the fly, just for you in whatever format you want. We're talking voice, we're talking video, we're talking interactive visuals.
So think about what this quote really means. Imagine you're reading some super dense technical paper, and with just one command, your browser instantly turns it into a podcast summary you can listen to on your drive home. The content starts to adapt to your context, not the other way around. It's a total game changer.
And when you put all of this together, you get to what might be the single most important takeaway here. The browser stops being just a browser. It evolves into something much bigger, the AI operating system for your entire digital life. It'll manage, automate, and basically mediate everything you do online.
But to get to this incredibly personalized, proactive future, the browser needs to have unprecedented access to, well, everything. Your data, your habits, your contacts, your entire digital life. And so that leaves us with the big, critical question at the very heart of this new browser war. How much power are you willing to give it?